Hello friends, Tanya here with day 7 of the 2025 Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. I hope you have been enjoying this series. I know I've been having fun. Let's open door number 7. Let's see what we've got inside. Ooh, I see butterflies. This could be a really fun project. It is a set of 4 stencils, I think, 3 stencils with 4 different butterflies. 2 front facing and 2 side facing. This could be quite fun. All right, let's get to work playing with these. I decided to pull in the color cube again, and here is my inspiration card, and I'm using it to pick out the ink colors alongside my ink swatches here. We're actually going to use the Altenew inks again. It works very good, or they work very good for ink blending over a stencil. So let's get to work. I chose Coral Berry and Cherry Sweet for the bottom combo, Coral Red and Caramel Toffee for the top, and Dusk and Indigo Skies for the bottommost color combo. And having ink swatches really helps because the colors on the lids of your ink pads often do not match the true color that they ink blend, not completely. So I'm using the lighter of the 2 blues here, that would be Dusk, and I'm adding that to mostly the outer aspects of the butterfly wings here. I could have sped this up a little faster, but you know, this is already double time. Sometimes when I'm speeding things up, I speed it up to 4 times speed on the ink blending. But man, I think my eyes would get a little dizzy with as much ink blending as I did on this one, watching my hand move that fast. Next, we're going to take the Astro Paste in Phoenix Feather, and we're going to just tap it onto our stenciled image here before I move it. And you can see that I did clean the ink off of the stencil before I started this. Turns out I didn't really need to do that because I didn't do it with each of these images, just with 1 or 2 of them. I just want enough on this image to add some sparkle and shine. And the Phoenix Feather Astro Paste has this warm tones iridescent effect. And I wasn't sure where I was going with this. This is honestly, I was just playing. I kind of centered this on the cardstock, and like I said, I wasn't sure where this was going. Now, that dries so incredibly fast because you're putting such a light application on. It was no problem to move right on to the next butterfly. So I'm going to use this one. Now remember, you can flip the stencils over and make each of these butterflies face whichever direction you would like. We're going to use the red on red combo here. So I think this is Coral Berry and Cherry Sweet. Coral Berry is the lighter color, and as I was applying this, I was a little worried that the Cherry Sweet wasn't going to be enough of a contrast, but it is. It looks very good. It's kind of a pinky, the Coral Berry is kind of a pinky tone. A little more, it's a little warmer than the Cherry Sweet. I think that's a really nice color combo. So we'll take our masking off after we've put the Phoenix Feather on. And as you can see, I'm using those acrylic sheets that I use that are, or acetate sheets that came with some packaging that I keep on my desk for whenever I need to mask a large area so I don't accidentally ink it while I'm stenciling. So this is the Caramel Toffee for the yellow, which makes this beautiful, really warm yellow, buttery yellow. And then we have the Coral Red, and that's going to combine to make a nice orangey color in the middle. We're going to apply the Phoenix Feathers on this last butterfly. And I was thinking I was going to do a mini slimline at this point, but yeah, it's a little too long for that. Don't worry, we'll make it work. I'm going to find a project to make this. Now, I am a messy crafter, so I have to put lids back on right away, or I will make a big old mess. I'll put my paper in it or my hand. It is what it is. I like to say I'm a klutz with good reflexes, but reflexes don't matter in crafting. That is our beautiful butterflies for the front. There is one more butterfly in this stencil set, and why not use it on the inside of our card? Now to center that stencil, I'm using my T ruler and just lining up the center of that butterfly with the 3.5-inch mark on my ruler. And that should keep it pretty centered. Now I am going to just tape all of the edges down so that this has a nice solid base. And we're actually going to use 3 colors here. We're using the caramel toffee, the coral red, and the dusk. And we're going to mix those into a kind of rainbowy type butterfly. Not completely a rainbow, but close. So we'll mix the coral red and the toffee, caramel toffee, to create a nice gradient across there. And then when I add the dusk, it seems pretty harsh, that transition. Don't worry, it does smooth out. And I did go back and forth over it with the coral berry a bit. I carefully removed that extra ink off of our stencil, and I'll put the lids back on our ink so I don't make a big old mess. And then I'm going to pull out the phoenix feather astro paste again, and we'll tap some more of this beautiful paste over the top just to get a nice shiny iridescent quality to our butterflies. Now normally I want to cut everything out so it's a layer, but I resisted the urge. You could absolutely fussy cut these. We all know how I feel about fussy cutting. It's not my favorite. But I was trying to go a little more simple with this. Not everyone wants to cut everything out. And I can cut out the 3 big butterflies for the front of the card as one unit. The best way to take your paper off of these mats is to roll the paper away, or the mat away from your paper. Next, we're going to do some partial die cutting with this 5x7 Matting Basics die. This is the set B largest die, my favorite die. It is the one that actually fit the best over our butterflies. So I taped it down to the cardstock and ran it through with the top plate covering only part of the paper, the part that I wanted to cut. Next, I turned it around and I put my die back down on the cardstock and got the side die edges to sit in the grooves of the previous pass. And now we have this perfectly die cut narrow panel that'll fit in the center of a 5x7 card. Next, I'm taking that same die and the Field Notes embossing folder, and I'm going to die cut a panel and emboss this with that 3D embossing folder. Look at that stunning result. I think that's just perfect. We're also going to use the Pearl Luster Gilding Polish, and I'm just going to glide that over the top of our embossed images. I do think I need to rehydrate my Pearl Luster Gilding Polish again. I did do that several months ago, maybe almost a year ago, and it does dry out, but you can rehydrate it by just adding some drops of water and stirring that all in. Now that I have my Pearl Luster on, look at that. I love the detail that adds. And we're going to add a little bit of extra cardstock behind the back of that panel. Now you don't have to do this. This is just what I do. I love the extra stability and the little tiny bit of dimension it adds. Next, we will add the butterflies to the front. I did add extra cardstock behind that strip also. And remember, we die cut the butterflies with the same die that cut out the background panel. So those fit perfectly together. Next, I pulled an oldie but a goodie out. This is the January 2025 Clear Stampin' Die of the Month, Nature's Dance. It has a couple of very cool sentiments that we are going to use with this butterfly themed card. I'm using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink on some heavyweight white cardstock here, and I'm going to stamp 2 or 3 times to get really good inking. That's time number 2. I think I do a third one. I want there to be a really solid inking, but I'm not pushing down very hard because I don't want to distort that font. Next, I pulled out my tub of clear embossing powder and we'll sprinkle that over our stamping. And I'll get my heat gun out and start heating this until it is nice and raised and shiny. I do love a good embossed sentiment. The magic of embossing, it never gets old. It's one of those simple techniques that really adds wow factor to your project. And embossing folders last forever. And I've had the same heat tool for over 20 years. It's amazing. Next, we're going to, well, actually, probably 20 years. We're going to die cut those with the coordinating dies. And I do want an extra layer to add behind our sentiment. So I'm just going to use what's left of that piece of cardstock that we did our stamping and embossing on. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll see that the very tips of the ends of the downstrokes of the P's are not die cut, but it'll be fine. No one will ever know because it's on the back and it's just adding a little extra dimension here. Now we're going to find perfect placement for the sentiment that's going to go on the front of our card. And it says, sending you a little flutter of happiness, which is perfect because a grouping of butterflies is called a flutter, which, hey, I love that. Now, I have a granddaughter who has a birthday today. And this is the card that I think I'm going to give to her. We are going to use those same sequins that I used yesterday. They were still out and they fit perfectly with this theme. So I'm just going to add a scattering of sequins across the front of the card. I do like to have your eye travel across the card from one corner to the other, and adding sequins is one of the ways that I encourage that. We're going to take our sub-sentiment, and I just debated for a little bit about where I wanted to place this, and I decided that next to the butterfly was perfect. It says, may your birthday be filled with great moments. I love that sentiment. It doesn't have to be butterfly themed, but butterflies are this, to me, symbol of happiness and hope, and I love them. That is the entire card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed putting it together, and if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. And check that description box below for a link to all of the products that I used in this video. I am doing a video for every day this month. I hope you come back and see the rest of the Advent calendar with me. I do have the playlist at the top here and probably the most current video. Until next time, bye-bye.